Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whalenerds podcast. My name is Slater, and I'm here with Eric and Caitlin.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
And this is episode number 27.
Yes, it is.
Woo! And I just thought about something really crazy.
What?
So you guys know about the beluga whales that they shipped to Iceland for the sanctuary?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear about this. What happened?
Well, I don't know their names, but they shipped 2 beluga whales from captivity, and they are in Iceland in a sanctuary.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this. So when they fly these beluga whales in the plane, is the pressure in the water change when they're way up high?
Oh, good question.
Boom. Science all over you guys. Now what?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Well, they're not like totally submerged in water the whole flight, are they? They're like kind of halfway in water.
I don't know.
Oh, true. It's not like they're under like.
Because
way
they're
deep.
in the sling,
It's not
right?
like there's a giant tank in the plane, all right?
But they gotta
Plus,
feel
the
pressure.
water's heavy, so I'm sure they put them in a sling and only put them in enough water to like keep them cooled off.
Yeah, not really exactly sure how.
So then they would feel the air pressure because they're in the cargo hold.
Well, if they were coming from anywhere in North America, it's like a 11-hour. Well, I guess if they're on the East Coast, it's only like a 6-hour flight to Iceland. But from here, it's like almost 8 hours or 9 hours.
Yeah.
It's a long time in a plane.
You know, I just read that part in the book, Orcas, How We Came to Know and Love the Ocean's Greatest Predator, about the first cetacean to go on a plane was a killer whale flying to Europe for the captive industry.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
From where to where?
From British Columbia or from Washington. I don't know if they flew it out of Canada or U.S., but it flew to,
I don't remember.
I think, might have been Spain.
Uh-huh.
And it was a 6,000-pound whale. It was the heaviest animal to ever fly in a plane.
Really?
Still?
I'm sure they've transported bigger killer whales since then.
Uh-huh.
Like, Keiko was heavier than that when they flew him to Iceland.
How much do elephants weigh? Like 15,000 pounds? The biggest ones are like an African elephant, I think, is 15,000.
Yeah, they're the biggest.
How much does a killer whale weigh full grown?
About 12,000.
Yeah.
Oh, really? An elephant's technically bigger than it weighs.
No. What? 15,000 for an elephant? No, that's way off.
No, because they
I didn't
say
say that. I said
they say that
12,000
the
for
blue whale's
orca.
tongue weighs as much as the African elephant, which is 15,000 pounds.
Do we have any elephantologists out there?
Hey, there's freaking elephants that swim in Thailand.
Yeah, man.
I want to
Those
get
are
an
Asian
underwater shot of those.
elephants.
Is there any wild ones left in Thailand, do you
Yeah.
think? There
Yeah,
are?
there are Asian elephants left. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Is that considered a marine mammal then?
I'm giving Slater a funny look right now.
What? If it's swimming in the
Like
ocean,
the
I'm
pigs
calling
that
it.
swim in the Caribbean, are they marine mammals too?
Yeah, they could be.
Hey, weren't those the pigs on Fire Festival? They were, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
We haven't made a Fire Festival joke in a while.
They're the
They're in the
Bahama pigs.
Bahamas all the time, dude. Not just for Fire Festival. I mean, they were there for that too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, how much does that full-grown African bull elephant weigh?
Okay. I'm Googling it.
Elephantologist.
I'm not an elephantologist, but...
Well, while you Google that,
Oh, man, it's in kilograms. I can't do math.
okay, well, while you're kilogramming it, let's give a huge shout out to Robbie Mueller for one, being a boss and always supporting our page.
Oh, yeah,
But
thank
now
you, Robbie.
he also supported us on Patreon.
Oh, nice.
I guess we didn't even tell Eric. Eric, you need to log into the apps.
Yeah, I'll start doing that.
We'll get Eric a login.
I'm an old man. I don't do social media.
Yeah, you do.
No,
You're on Instagram all the time.
You can DM
But everything's-
Eric on
everything's
Instagram.
private,
That's
but-
about it.
Everything's private.
But thank you, Robbie. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, 2 Patreon followers.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
awesome.
Backtracking again. African bush elephant, 13,000.
Yeah. It says, this chart I'm looking
Impressive,
at
huh?
says up to the heaviest was 15,400 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was right.
But this was like right at the same time that the killer whale captive industry was starting to go worldwide. This is also when elephants started to be acquired by zoos worldwide. So, yeah.
And water, if you really think about it, they actually transport the water. Each gallon of
they have
water,
to-
salt
yeah.
water is what, 8 to 9 pounds?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that gets
What are you
real
looking at,
heavy real
Eric?
quick.
Oh, we'll talk about this later. It was that entanglement report.
We can talk about it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
We'll get the sad stuff out of the way.
Yeah, then we'll talk about how awesome the week's been.
Okay, so NOAA actually just a few days ago released their every year they released a report on the previous year about the entanglement. It's the West Coast whale entanglement summary. So it looks like in 2018 we had 46 confirmed entanglements. And a lot of people, when we say 46, always go, oh, no, that doesn't sound right. It has to be more than that. This is what is observed and confirmed. Don't forget, there's a lot of things out in the ocean that happen that man never sees. Oh,
Whose
wow.
name is?
We just noticed that.
Whose name is that on that
We
photo?
just happened to
What?
open the
Whose picture
report,
is
and
that?
so I didn't even realize.
I was like, I'm looking from afar, and I'm like, that looks like my photo. I'm pretty sure I remember that whale.
Yeah, so Slater's photo is actually on the cover of this entanglement report with the permit number on there. But yeah, you can actually find this. It's probably already on the NOAA site. It's 2018 West Coast Whale Summer. It's kind of depressing, but it kind of gives you the data of what's been going on, and it's obviously going to help us better protect these whales. But 46 confirmed entanglements, and once again, that's what's seen by humans. There's a lot of things happen offshore that we never get to see. But then you get further into it, and actually lists the species. There's a few that are unidentified. Humpbacks, blues, and grays is what they have here. And
There's a
then
blue
Do they give
whale
a
last year?
total number of humpbacks? Like, let's just say humpbacks.
yeah, so it was 34 humpbacks, 11 grays, and one other, which were probably the
34
unidentified
humpbacks,
animals.
11
Yeah,
grays.
but 46 confirmed total.
Was
And
there
then-
any blue whales?
No. Oh yeah, one blue in July, but it's in parentheses, so there's probably a
That's a
situation
lot of
about
whales
that.
entangled.
Yeah, and then they tried their best to also identify the gear too. This also helps us, figure out what's going on out there and how we can maybe resolve these issues. But California Dungeness crab commercial traps were seen on these animals. Washington Dungeness crab traps, Oregon, and then a few other from states unknown. They seem to be crab and spot prawn traps, and even a few gill nets.
Yeah, the gray
Yeah.
whales had some trouble with the gill nets at the end of 2018. The thing with the gear is the Dungeness crab fishery in Oregon, Washington, and California is one of the best identified gear types as far as the fishermen mark their gear the best. So a lot of people are like, oh, Dungeness crab is the worst. But, I mean, in some ways, yes, it is one of the leading causes because they set the gear right where the whales tend to be. But it's also one of the most easily identified types of gear too because the fishermen mark it really well. So there is a little bit of bias there in the data, and NOAA does a good job of explaining that too. Slater's photos are all over this thing. Is that your picture of Scarlet too?
No, that's
our
actually
buddy Mark.
Mark's.
Oh, okay.
So 34 whales were entangled.
Humpbacks.
Humpbacks.
Yeah, 46 total confirmed.
So it's almost 2 or more a month.
Yeah, they actually have broken it down by months. So it seems like when our humpbacks, once it warms up, August, September. Well, let's see, not really, but August, September, October, November, December had entanglements. Yeah, April, May.
Okay.
June. So this is a neat chart. You got
But crab
look it over.
season's during the winter. So think about how many of those left and came back with crab pots.
Or that was gear that was lost and then the whale picked it up. I mean, they say that probably like 5 to 10% of the gear gets lost every year. And when you're looking at, 300,000 crab pots off the Oregon coast, that's a lot of pots that go missing.
Did you see how many? 300,000?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
They set hundreds of thousands of pots off the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
I thought you said 300, and I was like, okay, that's normal.
No. That's
And then keep in mind, everyone, I know people like to, demonize the crab fishermen, but, keep in mind that a lot of these crab fishermen voluntarily go to meetings and stuff like that with NOAA officials to do their best to try to, make these issues minimum.
Well, and this year in California, too, I mean, the Dungeness Crab Working Group, which is mostly crab fishermen, did agree on a closure in mid-April when the whales and the gear were overlapping too much. NOAA actually converted the use of the Whale Alert app, which was originally for shipping lane stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They converted it to then report on where whales were in relation to fishing gear, and there was just too much overlap being reported in places like Monterey Bay, and so they closed the crab fishing early. So a little bit of progress.
There's
but
so many whales here during that time.
a little bit of progress, but yeah, I mean, we're still, that's like Slater said, it's more than, it's like 2 whales a month. So that's
What's the latest on that ropeless gear? We hear rumors that it's getting cheaper. Then some people say that's not true. It's still expensive. Does anyone know?
I don't know. They're testing it on the East Coast. I haven't really heard any reports yet.
And
Yeah, with blue crab and lobster.
red whales? Okay.
Yeah. Man, the right whales are off to a rough start this season as well. A lot of it's ship strike, but some of it's entanglement too.
I've also seen whales. I know, like, one I can vividly remember is a gray whale off Newport from the drone, and it runs right into a lobster trap right there in front of the, like, right off the jetty, you know, and it hits it, and then, like, once it hits it, I think it hit it like on his pec fin or something, and then it like kicked so hard, and then it, like, got caught on the tail for like just a second, and then it came off because he didn't like twist into it, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it just shows you, because I think when they feel something that's not like easy to move, like kelp that know they can break in half, that it felt funny, and then they just kicked really hard, and it scares them.
Yeah. So that's another thing they're testing on the East Coast is every, I think, 20 feet or so, they have like a break point. So when the whales do thrash like that, they have these weak points in the line, and it will break because the whales apply, you know, thousands of pounds of force when they thrash like that to get the gear off. But the new ropes that fishermen use, which last them longer, are also a lot harder to break.
Do you think that, remember that day that me, you, and Britt picked up like how many pounds of fishing
first year. Blue steel. Yeah.
Do you think that you know how they kelp? I wonder if they ever do that with rope, if they see it and start doing that.
Probably. I mean, I picked up like 1,000 feet of free floating line one time out in the middle of the bay too.
There's even some talk that some of these whales are approaching it on purpose. Gray whales, humpback whales, younger whales will sometimes check it out. You know, there's even talk that might be happening too.
One season we had crab stuff real late into the year, like the crabbing was okay, and so the fishermen were still fishing, and killer whales like 3 or 4 different times kept investigating the gear, and like one time they yanked it, I think with their mouth. I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so stressful to watch. It was like 3 little ones just messing with it.
And when I was watching that white killer whale, part of the pod was playing with a buoy. We kept watching it go down, and then they were breaching by it too.
No.
So yeah, I mean, I think they're very smart.
Yeah, Liner got a pot on him for like 10 minutes.
Really?
One time.
Wow.
He got it off, but yeah, he had one wrapped on his dorsal fin.
Wow.
I saw whitesides. I had the drone up, and they were pulling, but I didn't get it. They had stopped, of course, right when I got it up, you know. But they were pulling a buoy down right in front of a lobster buoy. Yeah. Right in front of Newport.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of these interaction with them and the
tooth whales,
these traps and stuff are on purpose. I mean, we see them play with kelp all the time. Like the other day, we had that. Were you with me?
No.
Little kelping humpback whale out there now in the middle of nowhere. So never know. Maybe sometimes they don't know better.
I love when they start playing with, like when it's a good. See, you guys don't get good kelp patties here, like ours that break off the islands.
Yeah.
Like ours are like big down south, or not ours, but like down south.
We used to, but now our kelp is really low the last 2 years in Monterey. But we used to get huge kelp patties.
I feel like it should break off here with how rough the water gets.
Well, I think that first winter you were here, Slater, we had those huge swells. Remember the like 20, 30 foot seas?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That ripped all the kelp off, and then the urchins really took a stronghold after that winter. Yeah. And so we just haven't really had good kelp cover since then.
I think this year was pretty bad too. I heard even someone said the abalone farm was even having trouble finding kelp to feed their animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But what you can do instead of just feeling like you're in despair is if you are in the U.S. and you see an entangled whale, there are phone numbers you can call, or you can hail the Coast Guard on Channel 16.
Yeah.
On the West Coast, it's, 1-877 SOS whale?
Something like that. Oh, yeah. 1-877. Actually, that works for all of the U.S. 1-877 SOS whale, which is 1-877-767-9425. And as you just said, yeah, Channel 16 is usually universal here in the U.S. for is the channel that the U.S. Coast Guard monitors.
Yeah, and then the other thing that is helpful for NOAA to file their reports is if you have your GPS location.
Pictures, anything.
Yeah, pictures of the gear and the gear on the whale. So if you have any trailing buoys, and then photos of where it's wrapped on the whale's body. And then if you can stay with the whale until a vessel can come relieve you, that's awesome. If not, just try and get as much information as you can.
That was one of the best trips of my life.
Yeah. So what happens, folks, is the reason why they want you to document, obviously, location and all that other good stuff, like photos and stuff like that. That way the entanglement team knows what to expect and what equipment they should have with them. And whatever you do, even though we all love animals, do not try to go in there yourself.
No, please don't. the whale gets really stressed and it's really big and strong, it's not recommended to go and disentangle it yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely leave that up to the professionals.
Yeah, I'll do it for you guys.
I know a lot of us get that feeling like we should just go in there, but
Oh my god, that day we stood on the beach for freaking hours.
Oh my god, that was painful.
For hours, we're watching this whale because I kept putting the drone up, and he was like tied to the bottom.
In fact, is that where this picture's from?
I don't even know if we honestly could have swam out. Like we had to go through rocks and like so much stuff.
That might have been that anchored
that
whale
day?
photo.
This picture might actually be from that.
No,
it's not that day.
That's from a different one.
Okay, so. Well, yeah, that day was really tough that we were with that whale.
I don't know, Slater and I were there for...
Where was it, like Pebble Beach or something? Or no?
Yeah, we were inside the 17
Bird
mile
Rock,
drive.
Seal Rock, one of the rocks.
Yeah.
But no, so in the photo on this catalog is the day that you and I were on the all-day trip with Kate. We got asked to stay with the whale, and we went 20 miles with it. And then we were out of our range, and we had to turn back, not because of, like, trip time, but because of we can only go 20 miles from Safe Harbor. And then we ended up turning around. But this whale right here, it just had it lightly on the pec fin, and it was just like a line. There was nothing trailing behind it. So we think it was just a little piece of rope on the pec fin. Like it wasn't actually... The
whale may have been able to shed the gill
like
itself.
eventually, like if you look, like,
you can actually see it here, It's
like it looks like it's barely on.
Blue
like
steel. It almost looks
on like a barnacle or something.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like it's on a clump of barnacles almost. Yeah.
So... but we ended up turning around after staying with that whale, and we had like
the best lunging ever, best lighting
into the sunset. Yeah,
that's your reward for doing your good deed for the day.
Karma.
Yes.
That's what we always say. Help out animals, pick up trash, and sometimes it seems like you receive a reward.
Yes.
That picture I got was the first time I ever got on a cover of a magazine.
What?
Was it this one?
The lunch. No,
the lunch feed
from
the Australian magazine.
He's not even lunch feeding. He's just going up.
Like,
like the ones that don't do it, you know.
Yeah. Is that from the bathroom?
Yeah.
The bathroom shot.
The bathroom shot.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back to our special guest with Kate Cummings one.
Do I talk about it on there?
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, because we talked about her boat.
Oh.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, our bathroom."
Yeah,
the bathroom is occupied the whole time there's whales.
Slater and Doug and Kate, have the best bathroom shots. Yeah.
We're out of that.
Life jacket room. Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, because
secrets really of the high spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So this is going on. We just mentioned entanglement teams too. We're just talking amongst ourselves. Maybe one day we can have someone here, maybe talk about in detail the techniques and stuff. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, and I only know of the California teams, and then Center for Coastal Studies kind of covers the northeastern seaboard. I don't know how far up north they go. I would think they go all the way up to Maine, but they definitely cover Massachusetts, like Stellwig and Bank, really well. Their response time's really, really fast, and they have a lot of information on their website too. Because sometimes they're dealing with right whales, so they have to really be on top of their stuff because they got super endangered whales that they respond to.
And Hawaii has a team.
Oh, yes. Ed Lyman has his team.
I'd be curious to listen to theirs because I wonder how many are coming back from Alaska over to there with them.
Usually they're disentangling Alaskan gear.
And that's got to be like, what, 8,000 miles or something that they're... Because it's 5,000 from here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then from up there, it's got to be like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Yeah, they definitely have reports of like Alaskan fishing gear on those whales in Hawaii.
Exactly. Yeah, so maybe we can do that, guys. We'll get someone from one of the teams we know and bring them in here. You folks will be fascinated at the techniques and even kind of learn how difficult it really is. I know, like, me and Slater always freak out going, I can just jump in there with a knife. But when you really look at the big picture, you're really putting yourself in danger. Just like when you approach a dog when they know it's scared. Imagine an animal a lot bigger than that dog scared. It's going to do some damage to you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why their pec fin could kill you.
Exactly. And people have unfortunately, have passed away in accidents involving whale entanglement. So it's not a laughing matter. We all want to be heroes, but it's scary at times.
Well, and you have to do what's best for the animal too. I mean, they talk about you only get so many takes with a whale. You only get so many tries before you've stressed it out so much that the whale does not cooperate anymore. So if you screw it up on the first one royally by jumping in the water or something, then you may never save the whale.
Yeah, and I've heard from the Justins about how, especially with right whales, that fluke can swing around and literally touch their head.
Yeah. That's what happened during the last... There was a team member that died. It was a right whale disentanglement, and the right whale's fluke came around. Yeah. They're very
crazy.
flexible animals for how big they are.
Yeah, we know our humpbacks are flexible, but yeah, right whales. You look at them like they look pudgy and slow, but oh yeah, they can move.
Oh, wick whack ya.
Yep.
Hey, I came up with a cool use for a crab pot. We have some decommissioned ones that were on the wharf, and I turned them into flower pots.
In case you guys don't know, Caitlin is obsessed with succulents. So if you want to buy a crab pot succulents holder,
Margot just bought that plant. You see it?
Oh, nice.
But it came with like a hurt leaf, but she's really sad about that part of it. But there's new leaves.
Nice.
So I guess it's been one whole week since the last one. What did you see? Let's just start with Monday.
Monday, it's been a lot mellower out here. Let's take a look. When's the last time we met, guys?
Probably like the day before, like Sunday or something.
Sunday, Tuesday, I don't know, someday.
I mean, I saw you guys today.
What?
Earlier today, I saw you.
The weather's been kind of windy this last week or so as well.
Yeah, I guess it turned out to be really fine yesterday.
Oh, really?
What's up with this claiming 25 knots and then like not actually be like even?
Yeah, our
how was
forecast.
this afternoon?
It actually wasn't bad. It was doable. Yeah, I don't think that 25 knots of wind ever appeared.
I don't know.
So basically, I think every day we pretty much just had humpbacks, Pacific white-sided dolphins, northern right whale dolphins, and Rizzos. Some trips haven't had the other two dolphins, the northern right whale dolphins and the Pacific white-sided dolphins, and then some have. But it's been pretty good.
Did anyone see a blue whale? I saw a
Oh, yeah,
blue
we did
whale
see a
on
blue whale.
Thursday.
We had a few blue whale sightings. We had some.
Right off Cannery Road.
And they're Olympic blue whales, so they hold their breath forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. Yeah,
or they're like only 2 breaths and then they're gone. And you're like, oh,
no,
great.
not
Were
even
you on the boat with us? Or you?
Not
Me
even
and you.
that. It's
2
like
breaths.
one breath in there, and they're gone. We've had a few blue whales do that to us, but yeah, blue whales, white-sided, humpbacks, Rizzos, and last time we saw what? Our 51s was the 21st for me. Orca sightings. Everyone's always
I
fascinated
think
by
that was
that.
the last time we all saw them.
Speaking of them holding their breath or taking one breath and then leaving, someone commented on my Instagram and said, "Do you think they like you watching them?" And or do you think it bothers them that you watch them or something like that? And I said they could literally get away in one breath hold if they wanted to.
Yeah, I have a theory that there are whales that are less boat tolerant and we just never see them.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of food in remote parts of the coast where there is a lot less boat traffic, and so I think there are some whales that just choose to forage without an audience.
Yeah, we're in their home, so they can go any direction when we're out there. They can leave us
like straight down and then out.
Exactly.
I mean, I think there is definitely like some like caution and finesse that you need to have when you're driving around whales, just to be more courteous. But if they want to get away from you, oh yeah, they definitely can.
Yeah, I get that question a lot. I don't want to say it's annoying, but it's kind of doesn't make sense when people come on a boat whale watching with us, look at the whales and look at us, go, are we bothering the whales? It's like, you know,
We talked about this last
episode.
episode.
It's like we don't come out here purposely.
Well, and here's a good
to
example.
Bother whales.
With the 51s on the 21st, I think all the boats came and looked at them because it was calm and it was like one of the first good sightings of the morning. And all of a sudden we all realized that there was like a lot of boats there. And so boats started to leave, which is really nice that the Monterey fleet does that. Like, you know, the couple of the Moss Landing boats that had gotten there first were like, okay, we're going to peel off. And then there was some Monterey boats that also were like, okay, we got our looks. These whales are kind of just taking a nap. We're going to leave. And so that was really nice that all of a sudden it was like a whole bunch of boats showed up and then everybody kind of like sorted themselves out and left the whales, which was good. Because there's cases like that where, yeah, sure, the 51s, had like, you know, 8 or 9 boats get ditched by them.
Yeah.
No problem. But it's also nice that they were courteous and were like, you know, our people got to see the whales. We'll go look for something else.
And that was the day, and you know what, now that you mentioned, that was the day that someone last brought that up to me, and they say that the whales are swimming right towards us. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
So yeah, none of us are out there to bother the whales. We clearly love them. We have a podcast about them. So just trust us. We love them.
It's our livelihood. We're not going to, you know, harm or hurt what is, you know, luckily the best job in the world. We're not going to interfere with that.
But a lot of whales also like are born in areas where there's whale watching in the breeding grounds, so they understand what a boat is like from the day they're born.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about how much they've like become. What is that word?
Acclimatized? Acclimated?
I don't know about acclimatized,
Acclimated.
but don't be using that word.
What's your language?
Something more simple. But you know what I mean.
Habituated.
Yes, my snake is looking at you.
People are gonna think we're in a zoo.
I have a ball python.
You're like, look at this plant. Yes, my snake's looking at you.
He's looking at Eric. So it's been humpbacks and dolphins. There's not a lot of humpbacks. Like, there's probably a lot in the whole entire bay. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess there's like 5 or 6 humpbacks, so there's still quite a bit of humpbacks.
And I told you that fun fact that Marilia figured out, right? That our humpbacks did show up, on time. And then some of the ones that were identified here through Happy Whale went back down south towards Southern California. So please come back, humpbacks.
I tell you guys this every year. I don't know why you don't get it.
Well, I miss them.
June is the worst. They come check in
it's
April
July.
and May.
Literally
they get
July.
you excited.
You're wrong.
And
in
then they leave.
30 hours.
And then they come back.
Last season, I'll even pull it up. I'm looking at 2019 right now, but they were here in double digits pretty much.
If there's a lunch feeding on my birthday, I'm retiring early. You think there'll be killer whales on my birthday? There was killer whales on my birthday, and then I left to Iceland the next day. Do you guys remember that?
Was that last year or the year before?
2 years ago now. But isn't that cool?
You're
so
close.
maybe July 3rd we're going to have
you.
Fat Fin's going to be here. I can sense it. If you guys are looking to see killer whales, come on July 3rd.
Is that a guarantee?
Yes.
Well, this episode will be out by then. I was going to say, you're only giving them like...
I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to probably be there on my birthday. I might be up, I don't know, doing something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to do anything. I'm going to play video games.
Welcome to being an adult.
I'm for sure probably going to be there. Because the weather's supposed to be good all week.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. My birthday's on a Wednesday.
You know what I did see, though, was 2 fully grown, already looking very wide humpback whales on Thursday. Like, big adults, which was pretty cool. Some of the biggest humpbacks I've seen all season so far. They were definitely like 50 plus feet. And when they came up, you were like, wow, these are some huge whales already.
Whales.
You know what's so funny is I felt like back in March, like when we had all those humpbacks that were in the blue water and it was crazy, I was like, they came early. And I was like, I remember like talking about it on Instagram, like daily, like all my posts were like, oh, so glad to see them back. And then they're just like not here. And I feel like it died off.
Bye.
Yeah, something's a little tiny bit off this year. I'm looking at 2018 records, and it seems like more consistent days that we're getting humpbacks into the double digits. And these last few days are repeatedly putting down.
You guys are so spoiled.
Every year it's been later, Caitlin.
So spoiled.
Yeah, don't listen to Caitlin. I'm looking at my...
Caitlin doesn't know science.
Here.
Says the 2 that have not lived here as long as I have.
Oh my God, you lived here so long.
Check my degree.
Not even that. It's just anecdotal from spending time out on the water.
Whatever.
It's okay. They'll be back. It'll be okay.
You promise?
I'm freaking out.
Yes, I promise.
I
The whales
punch you?
are coming
Will
back.
they still
Punch
be
you
lunch
if they don't?
feeding?
No. What?
Well, yeah, will they still be lunch
I'm
feeding
not
when they get
promising the
back
lunch
here?
feeding. I'm promising the whales will come back.
Wait, I want to know something. Do you think they lunch feed every single summer in Monterey since the beginning of time?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
You think there's a year that's gone by without 0 lunch feeds in the bay?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Every year. That's kind of cool to think about.
You're crazy talking.
Like what if it was just like one little chomp and that's it? That counts?
Yeah, that's a surface feeding.
You're talking about vertical lunges or side lunges? Does that count?
Vertical. Oh, you know what? You guys, I swear I've only seen the humpbacks actually feed on, like I know they could be feeding on krill, but I've only seen them at the surface feed on krill like one time. And the one time I got that cool video.
Oh, I was going to say you have a drone video of it.
It's like
the
one of my
time
favorite
you saw
videos.
We haven't really had a big krill year since I moved here, honestly.
Could that happen this year?
I mean, maybe. I just haven't really seen a lot of krill.
And I haven't seen any egg yolk jelly since before I moved here.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I've been talking to that with a few people. Yeah, the jellies just are not here yet. Hopefully they do show up. But Half Moon Bay is supposedly getting a good amount of jellies right now, a little bit north of us.
What kind of jellies?
Moons, at least.
I heard a Chrysora thing up up in that area too, because the people that fly the turtle survey said they saw lots of prey but no turtles.
They fly a turtle survey?
Yeah,
They
they
have a
fly
little plane
planes
that
to
they-
look. They
I
fly
thought they were
spotter
flying
planes.
turtles. I'm like, what? I was like,
No, they
dude.
fly a plane to look for turtles.
Speaking of flying things to look for things, they've been seeing lots of great whites.
Yeah, great whites are once again. All these little youngsters are close to our shoreline here in the bay.
Little youngsters, they're like 12 feet. Some of them are, I guess. Some of them are 14, they're saying.
Really?
That's what I read today.
But the little ones are still there. The usual little
Facebook.
6 foot.
What do you do when you see a 12-foot great white, Caitlin?
Look at it.
Look at it.
She don't even look at my snake, but she'll look at a great
I
white.
know. Why are you afraid of this little cutie?
I'm not afraid.
Don't
Maybe a
worry.
little.
You can come back out here. Caitlin's not that mean.
No, stay in there. Stay in your hide.
Well,
Whale.
Well.
have you guys heard any whale news?
Sad whale news.
Sad whale news.
I'm tired of
Yeah,
sad news.
to 6 dead right whales this season.
Oh, where was that at?
Most of them
Oh,
have been
they
in the
just
Gulf
over
of
the
St.
season?
Lawrence. Yeah.
Have we talked about that beluga narwhal?
Oh, the narluga or whatever.
Who did that?
Nature did
Yeah.
that.
So what's the backstory on the skull? A skull from
Google it.
It's been around for a while, but then all of a sudden someone's like, got a closer look, and then maybe even did DNA going, hey,
Yeah. So this
this is
beluga narwhal hybrid exists. There's
How do
a
they know?
skull
It's,
to
how do they know
prove
it's
it
between those two?
because of the skull size and shape and the teeth. And the teeth, like the bottom jaw and the front, they're all twisted like a narwhal tusk, which is actually technically teeth. And then the fact that it has that many teeth indicates that it must be a beluga hybrid.
yeah, narlugas. That's what they're
Narluga.
calling.
Oh,
it.
I saw that
Yeah.
picture actually. The teeth looked funkadilly.
Yeah. So what happens? I guess the full story is in the 80s, Inuit hunter actually killed one, and he realized it was really strange looking. So that's what happened. And it had
In the 1980s or the 1880s?
1980s. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Inuits, so they're still allowed to.
I thought there was
take a
some
certain
record
amount
of the
animals.
skull being like way older.
Well,
than that,
I'm looking
but-
at the article right
yeah.
here. That's telling me the 1980s.
Oh, they found a skull.
Yeah.
I thought you guys saw one in the wild.
No,
No,
he actually
no.
killed.
This is
killed-
from a skull.
No, he actually killed these animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
So
is
they
recent.
didn't have a photo of it though,
Yeah.
of it alive.
Yeah.
They just have the skull.
Yeah, I'm looking
That's
at the
weird.
article right now.
That's a
In the
bummer.
late 80s, yeah, the hunter.
Yeah, should have.
killed
We
a
should get
trio.
those. We should get the people that live there camera. Take pictures of their catches.
And probably they're just like, whatever, dude. I'm hunting this thing. for
Yeah,
money."
so this is the verified through DNA. That's how they.
Oh, cool. So they were able to
Yeah.
drill some.
I learned
DNA.
I learned a cool word.
What?
In situ.
In situ.
He's been saying it. He's been saying it a lot the last few days.
Really? I haven't heard him say it.
I've been just telling Eric about it. So it's when if you take a picture of an animal in situ, it's before their behavior has been altered by your presence. I think, right? Science. Eric,
Mostly.
Google it.
In situ is like
this
in
basically,
the moment, in the
nature,
environment.
in its natural environment. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's before you like. Yeah, but once you've changed it, if you've changed the behavior, if you've like lifted the rock and moved it out, like if it's a snake or something.
Yes.
Dang it! I didn't learn the word.
You're close.
Whatever. I need a little pocket dictionary.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Just
You have a
What's-
phone,
just
dude. That's what
science
it's
words.
for. Just science words. Science dictionary.
oh, by the way, Siri tells you jokes.
Yes.
Where does a boat go when it's sick?
I don't know.
The dock.
Doc.
Oh my god. That's
right.
dumb.
Is there any marine mammal conferences? Aren't you going to one?
I'm hopefully going to the one in Barcelona in December, which is the World Marine Mammal Conference. So the Society for Marine Mammalogy and the European Cetacean Society are combining their conference together in Barcelona in December. And I find out on Friday if the poster abstract we submitted got accepted or not. So
You're
we'll
only
see.
going to go for that?
Yeah. I mean, I really love Barcelona, but it's pretty far away and it's pretty expensive. So we'll see. But then the next ACS conference is next year.
He's gonna be in Monterey.
We'll see. There's a lot of people that want it to be in Monterey, but no one's decided officially yet.
Oh, well.
Is it Monterey's turn? It was Newport the other day, right?
So then it's back to Monterey, right?
I mean,
or does it go
we could
somewhere
take
else?
it wherever we want. It's like
Sweet. Not my house. It's not big enough.
Puget Sound or
Ooh,
Oregon.
San Juan Island.
Yeah.
Will people meet on the island?
Potentially.
I mean, I have a boat that you guys could possibly go on if you do it September 21st or 22nd.
Of this year, I'm talking next year.
Oh. Well, there's 7 spots left on my San Juan Island trip. If you guys are interested in looking for transient orcas, resident orcas, humpbacks, and tons of marine life. Eric's not invited, so
you can
he's
also
looking
do
mad.
eagle watching.
Oh, you're just mad because I'm going to be in the Atlantic.
Oh yeah, you
you'll
would
be
have
on
came,
your
but you're in
cruise.
Iceland. You're gonna be in Iceland?
You'll be
Wait, you're taking a
sailing the
cruise
seas.
there?
Yeah.
Dude, look out for icebergs, for real.
I'm not afraid.
Dude, icebergs float from Greenland all the way into Iceland.
Yeah,
that.
well, there's not too many icebergs left.
Did we talk about this? It's a marine mammal.
the polar bear?
Yeah, did we talk about it?
You and I talked about it. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
So when I was in Iceland, the owner of the whale watch company, actually, yeah, let's just say he was the owner. He was telling us a story of how a polar bear from Greenland was on an iceberg and it drifted all the way across from Greenland to Iceland, and then obviously it melts along its way, and then it swims the rest of the way.
Dude, that's one hungry polar bear by the time it gets to Iceland.
So it's a really sad story because the polar bear will basically eat anything, including people, once it gets to land.
Bummer.
That they have to put it to sleep.
Mm.
So it was a really sad story, but it's also really crazy that a polar bear can just drift across the ocean.
I mean, if your ride's going across the ocean, dude, you're going.
But how are they in the water swimming and not freezing?
Because they have special, fat and hair for that.
Yeah, but come on, they're not sea otters.
No, they have fat. That's how they're not a sea otter.
You think that their blubber layer's thick enough to it's almost like whale thick or nah?
I don't think it's whale thick.
Not
but
whale
it's,
thick, but
but they have
dolphin
hair.
thick.
Dolphin thick? I don't know. What do you think, Eric?
I'm not sure. I don't know much about that.
But they are considered marine mammals, right?
Our polar bears.
Oh my gosh!
If you look in some field guides about marine mammals,
Some people
they're
put them
actually
in there. Some
Yeah.
people don't.
What do you consider them, Eric?
I hear this debate all the time. I technically consider them a marine mammal.
Yes. So I want to
They
see.
eat other marine mammals. You know, they're living. They
Their
obviously
environment's
swim.
very marine.
They'll swim from iceberg. patch
I guess
ice
some
or
of them do
whatever.
go pretty far inland though,
Yeah.
looking for food. So
Yeah.
that a bunch of polar bear pictures with them digging through trash has just been brought up recently on it. I saw it on social
Yeah.
media. Really sad.
Well, what are we going to do?
Pick up your trash.
I think they were in a landfill.
Guys, want to hear my $1 million idea?
What?
Okay, I'm teaming up with 7-Eleven. We just got metal straws that are Slurpee straws, and when you buy a Slurpee in the straw, you get a free one the next time. A free Slurpee.
Are you serious, or are you just making things up?
Of course I'm making that up. You think I teamed up with 7-Eleven?
Wouldn't that be cool, though?
Didn't we mention this the other day when we bought
someone
Slurpees?
okay, if someone can design a Slurpee straw though, sell that to 7-Eleven.
Dude, it would be like a knife. It does not have a
Is this-
point at the
didn't we
end.
Oh yeah, we got Slurpees the other day. We
Well,
were
I guess
talking
you
about
could
that,
you
yeah.
could make it more of a kind of like a spoon at the end,
Yeah.
at the bottom,
That's
right?
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Do
got
you
metal-
actually use that though?
I kind of do. I could.
Eric just admitted he uses. No, I'm kidding. Got him. No, I'm
Can
kidding.
you edit that part out? That's why we were talking. That's why I brought this up. Remember?
I know. Yeah, I like Slurpees.
I always feel bad with the boba straws, but luckily there's metal boba straws now.
That's what I'm doing on my birthday.
getting
Drinking
boba.
No, it's a free Slurpee.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Your birthday's not 7-Eleven.
Your birthday's 7-3.
Yeah, but
You know your own birthday.
can you get a free Slurpee on your birthday?
Oh.
Oh no,
I
that's
don't know.
maybe
I've
that's
never
free
tried.
pancakes at Denny's or something.
I've never tried that.
Hey guys,
Hey,
polar
what?
bear. The Latin name translates to maritime bear.
Wow.
Eric hitting us with the facts.
All right, you guys, we're totally off. Not marine mammal.
No,
talk.
we're marine
just
mammal
realized,
adjacent.
yeah, polar bears are. marine
No,
mammals
but the
and
straws.
straw and
well, I
slurpee
guess
straws need
it
to be
is.
metal.
It's all going. Well, plastic's going with the ocean right now. So
Yep.
unfortunately. Oh, no, I'm not gonna talk about it. It's too sad.
Don't worry, we talked about so much sad stuff already. We're all adults here.
Okay, well, that sea lion that's been around with the salmon flasher in its mouth.
Oh yeah.
There's just so many too.
And the a flasher is it's like a big lure, but it doesn't have a hook on it. It's like
It creates a flash to kind of lure the fish into the area, and then there's usually
But it's tied like with a long leader and
an
then the hook or
anchovy.
what?
There's usually an anchovy trail
so that
behind
means
it.
That,
If it's in the mouth, then the hook's like way down in the sea lion.
yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways, they've been
bummer.
trying to catch. I don't know if it's the same sea lion or if there's multiple, but Eric had a
There
video.
are multiple.
Yeah, Eric had a video of them trying to catch it in Moss Landing, and I actually called the Marine Mammal Center, not yesterday, 2 days ago, and sent them photos that I took of it, and I guess they went out there and tried again, but where it was, it could easily just jump off into the water.
Yeah, the other problem is if it's by a bunch of other sea lions, they won't go for it because they'll flush all the other sea lions.
I'll show you the picture. It was underneath the wharf too.
You got a video of it, Eric? What was it in Moss Landing? Like, where was it?
Just on a dock.
Just on the dock across from Blue Ocean. This one was under wharf too, you know, in the big pillars.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think how big that flasher is. That's a big sea lion.
Yeah. So that's another resource. If you see a pinniped in distress, call the Marine Mammal Center if you're in California.
Yeah, there's different regions too.
Yeah.
They got signs everywhere nowadays that help you out.
I called the one in Moss Landing, but there's one further north, I think.
Sausalito, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And then down south, there's the Pacific Marine Mammal Center, right?
Yeah, but there's a few in between that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Can I ask you
Channel
guys a question?
Yeah,
This
Channel
is
Islands now too.
Probably. Okay, so how do you feel about them taking sea lions that have been bitten by sharks? I don't know if they do, actually. I'm just wondering. I feel like they might, because people always, like, if you show a picture of that, people are like, oh my God, did you save it?
Yeah. So there's a few where, like, I've seen this, like, bones exposed, like the spine and stuff. It's been hit, like, by the back flippers. And I'm like, okay, Marine Mammal Center should probably pick that one up. But there was one that was, like, bit right in the abdomen that they didn't pick up. And we watched it heal all summer, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gross until it's healed, but it healed, and it's fine.
Yeah, there was one out there a couple weeks ago. It's on the rock wall. There's no way they're going to get it. But it was crazy shark bite. You can see all the different like layers of teeth and tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes the stress of catching the sea lion, driving it up to the facility, giving it antibiotics is what kills it instead of the bite itself.
Yeah.
So sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I think it'll be okay. But if I see like guts hanging out or like exposed bones, I'm like, okay, we should probably call.
How do you guys feel about? So obviously a shark is a natural animal that eats sea lions.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's true too.
So I'm like, if you're taking it away and it was sadly meant to die, you just took like a crab's food away, whatever else food away.
Rockfish.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But then, like, if you see something that is
Human
caused by
caused,
humans,
yeah.
Then I call.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like when it's like a fishing lure or a crab pot,
Yeah.
you know, and we obviously as humans did that, then I think it's definitely a good reason to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't call. If you see something hurt, you may not know what it's caused from. You know, not the average person might not know it's a shark bite. They might think it got
it's really interesting to see
shot at or
people's
something. You know,
viewpoints
so
in that. Like
you should just call the Marine Mammal Center or a center.
Like when
Anyways.
the El Nino incidents happened, you know, myself,
All the
I was
starving ones,
at these, centers helping out, and like a lot of us at the aquarium who had any husbandry knowledge were called to go there, and then some people were saying, you know, why are you using so many resources on a natural occurring thing?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of controversy over that stuff. I'm just
Yeah,
wondering what people think.
That's true too. You kind of have to look at the population too. But I mean, I don't know. That's a hard one, like, because how many different breeding rookeries don't exist anymore that could like repopulate eventually? Are they all one stock? Are they not? Like, it's kind of a hard decision.
And sea lions are technically considered overpopulated, right? Or no?
Depending on the area, there's still a lot of, especially nowadays with the
Or they just say that in Southern California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's so funny that they say that there when there's like tons more here.
Yeah.
I think the fishermen just don't like them down there.
People like me and you, Slater. I know exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
I grew up hearing like, oh no, sea lions.
Me and you growing up around fishermen, you know, we were always taught there's too many of them and they steal our fish.
Well, they always say like in this one of the speeches down there, it's like they double in population every 7 to 10 years. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Is that a made up fact?
I feel like that's a made up fact.
Yeah, but these animals, I mean, it's sea lions. Unfortunately, they have always gotten a bad rap. Like I always tell people about the 20s when commercial fishing. You know, Slater hears me talk about this all the time. In the 20s, when commercial fishing really took a boom here, people were just slaughtering them. They think there were only 2,000 left. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they definitely have made a huge recovery. And did you guys hear that there was a sea lion pup born in Monterey Harbor?
Yeah, I saw the photos actually.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, at the breakwater. And I think the mom and pup are still there because someone posted a video of the mom and pup like doing a swimming lesson.
That's
wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat to see.
And there actually is a rookery, a very small rookery on Año Nuevo Island in Santa Cruz. So they do breed up here too a little bit. Most of our sea lions do migrate south, but there is a little breeding colony there.
I wonder if they breed on the Farallones.
I think they do.
Probably, right?
Yeah,
A small. Sure. I think there's a small group.
Yeah, there's a lot of animals there, but I'm not sure if they're actually breeding. Yeah, that's a good question. I think we probably have a few listeners. I know we have 2 or 3 listeners from San Francisco. They might know.
Well, I think that about wraps this one up, huh?
I think so.
Yes, I think so.
We need some cool sightings to happen.
Be patient. The whales will come back.
I'm sick of being
Have some faith, you guys. The whales will come back.
I believe it.
Okay, good.
I just need some photos.
I just want to be able to count back into double digits of humpbacks every day.
Oh my
Spoiled.
gosh.
I just want to like turn my
my
camera off and not like have to be watching for every moment. I want to like just enjoy them when they're so plentiful.
I want so many whales around. I don't have to choose all my shots wisely.
Yeah.
We're like so spoiled here. We're talking about I want humpbacks
Nah,
in
I'm just
double
kidding.
digits. There's people who are like, I just want to see something with a blowhole.
Any cetacean will do.
God, I'm spoiled.
A couple people today on the boat were from Germany. They came all the way here to see a whale.
That's right.
And it was their first time seeing humpback.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
there you go. And it was a good show today, huh?
Yeah, they actually weren't bad. They popped up really close to the boat.
Twice.
Yeah.
When they were so far away. Like
Yeah.
they went so far away from us, and then like we're just like cruising along. And then on the opposite side of us, they popped up like
swimming
a couple hundred feet
back
away.
and forth under us.
Or a couple hundred yards
Sweet.
away.
Yeah, we weren't going anywhere and they just kept on popping up next to us. It was neat.
So that was cool.
Nice.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you for listening to this podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Whalenerds.
Yes, please.
And what else?
Think about joining us on Patreon if you can.
Yeah, and also, guys, send in topic suggestions as much as you can. In fact, oh, man, you know what? Yeah, Antonio, actually, you sent me some. I forgot to look back at them today. But, yeah, guys, keep on sending these topics to us.
Tell me you got a topic for us today, Eric? No, I'm kidding.
That'll be
I
for
totally
episode
forgot.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, guys, keep on sending us stuff either to our personal Instagram accounts or our Whalenerds account. And if you guys meet us on the boat, yeah, feel free to come up and say hi. I've been meeting a lot of people on the boat who I didn't know listened. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.